Good morning, thanks for joining me. I hope everybody's well and having a good week. Today I have for you a new look haul, and I feel like it's ages since I did a new look haul, but I just went and checked up before I came in here to film, and it was springtime this year. I did new look dresses, and I kept one dress out of that haul in a different colourway actually, a blue and cream one, which I absolutely love and have worn it several times, so very pleased with that. Anyway, today I have some lovely and very neutral, actually, looking at it. I've gone very neutral for today's haul. Bits from the new autumn winter range to try on. This is not a sponsored video, this is all paid for with my own money, just to let you know, because I like to be clear and transparent about that. I haven't tried anything on yet, so it's my first impressions very much as I try them on here today. And for anybody new around here who hasn't seen my videos before, I'm going to say this for probably the last time on camera ever in my whole life. I am 56 years old because I am 57 tomorrow as I film this. So I'll never be 56 again. Yeah, I'm 56 years old, I'm 5'3" and I'm approximately a size 18 UK, which is a 14 US, I believe. And I'm currently on a bit of a weight loss journey. Right, without further ado, also I'll link everything that I show you in the description box below, so you can click through if you're interested. Also put it in the pinned comment at the top of the comments section for anybody who struggles to find the description box. Right, without further ado, let's look at the first item, which is this blouse. Now, I had from two at Sainsbury's this summer a red gingham blouse, and it has been by far, whenever I've worn it on camera, by far the most asked about item. Where's your blouse from? Where's your blouse from? And unfortunately it sold out very quickly and was never restocked. As far as I know, I have looked intermittently, but they haven't restocked, and I'm guessing now they won't. So I thought I would show you an autumn winter option for a very similar gingham blouse. This, as you can see, is in a brown and beige colourway. It's got the same big collar with the V-neck as that one, but it has got a longer sleeve. It's lightweight fabric. It is, I've got it in an 18. I've got everything in an 18. I think if anything's different I will let you know. But this is, need my glasses, bear with. It's 100% cotton, so for those of you who like a natural fibre, this is ideal. It's nice and lightweight, and it's got this big, as I say, the big collar style, which seems to be quite in at the moment. Right, let's give it a go. I really like this. It's got a very slight western sort of feel to it. I think it's the colourway and the gingham more than anything else, but I think it's a really good option, certainly going into autumn. It's lightweight, but it has got the longer sleeve. So my red one, gingham blouse, has got the short sleeve, so it's nice to have a slightly longer sleeve. I like the length. It covers up my tummy pretty much, sort of halfway down my bum, so it's a good length that you can wear in or out. I could tuck this in if I wanted to. It wouldn't be a problem to do so. You've got enough fabric there to do that, but as I say, it's not over long, so I don't need to tuck it in. Fabric feels nice, the finish is pretty good. It's nothing not to like, really. So as I say, I just wanted to show you this one as a good option for a gingham blouse, because so many of you have commented on my red gingham blouse from the summer. Next item I picked is this winter jacket. I think I've mentioned in videos recently that I found myself very short of jackets, both smart and casual, after weight loss issues, and I desperately needed some new ones, and I saw this one and really liked it as a casual option. It's sort of a canvasy fabric. It's quite padded. It's lined with sort of quilted fabric. I don't know if you can see that very well. It's, I would say, a medium weight, so good for going into autumn, maybe not quite warm enough for the depths of winter. And then it's got the contrast collar and cuffs that I really liked, and a gold zip. It's got pockets. It's short but not super short, certainly shorter than I would have worn before I lost weight, but just thought that was a nice option. I like the colour as well. This is $39.99, this one, but it feels good quality for that price, although that feels a little bit spendy for a jacket from New Look. Everything's more expensive these days, isn't it? So we just have to get used to it, I guess. I like this. I'm actually more pleased with it than I thought I would be. It's very difficult when you start buying styles that you're not sure of, that you haven't worn in the past, to know what's going to suit you. I guess that's one of the joys of doing this as a job, is that I try on an awful lot of clothes, and that makes it easier for me to see with my sort of new shape what sort of things do work well and equally what sort of things don't work well. But yeah, I really like this. It feels a good length. It's not super cropped, it's sort of hip length on me, which is perfect. That's it from the back. It feels nice quality, as I said. I like the contrasting gold zip. I think the gold zip just adds it a little bit of pizzazz. I don't know why. The only thing I would say is that it's got the poppers on the pockets as silver. It would have been nice if they'd been this sort of gold shade as well, rather than being silver. But it feels nice quality. It definitely feels as though it would be warm for winter. The fit's good, although it's a boxy sort of style. It doesn't feel overly large, although it's adding too much bulk, particularly bearing in mind it's quilted. Feels warm and cozy. I think I could wear this over a dress as well, like a midi dress. I think this would work equally well as with jeans or trousers. I think it's going to be a really versatile casual jacket. So I think this one's a keeper. I like it. Next we have this two-piece cozy top and trousers co-ord, I'm gonna say. It looked like, on the website, it looked like elevated loungewear to me. I reckon you could get away with going out in this, you know. I don't think it's actually loungewear. Now, I really liked the V-neck. I like the fact that the top had a V-neck. It's super cozy, warm fabric, definitely man-made, but lovely and cozy, warm. And it's got, the top has this sort of hammered gold button on it, as you can see, which I think just, again, gives it that little bit of elevation. This top looks as though it's going to be a little bit tight around the hips area, which is worrying me somewhat, but we shall see. And the trousers look as though they may be a little on the large side. The two pieces you order separately, by the way, so I could have sized down in the trousers without needing to in the top, if that makes sense at all. I actually like this more than I thought I was going to when I unpacked it. The thing I would say, can you get to see all of that? I don't think you can see all of me in that. Let me tip you down. That's better, isn't it? The thing I would say is that it's a bit big. The trousers are definitely too big. They're loose around the waist. I've just folded them over once at the waist. It's elasticated because they were a little long and a little loose. I feel like I would look much better in a 16 in the trousers. Can't believe those words are coming out of my mouth. Fills me with great joy imagining. If I'd have imagined this time last year, that I'd have been contemplating ordering something in a 16, I wouldn't have believed you. Anyway, the top I really like. It comes in at the waist, which is flattering. I do think it's a little big. There's a lot of extra fabric here and on my shoulders. I would be worried that sizing down in the top though would make it too tight across the tummy. So let me just show you. It's actually really flattering as it is, although I'm much bigger around my middle than anywhere else. It does flatten my tummy. Look, I have got shapewear on underneath, but it does flatten my tummy, and it looks all right on the bum as well. But definitely, I think I would want to size down in both pieces. That having been said, I'm not sure. Possibly the top. The trousers definitely. The top, I'm not entirely sure. I think this comes in a cream colour as well, but I think it looks much more elevated than New Look. I'd definitely be happy wearing this out for the evening for a nice meal or something. It feels quite dressy. It wears like loungewear, you know, in terms of comfort and feel, but it looks more elevated than that. I like it. I think I might reorder in a smaller size. Next we have a pair of trousers at the top. These are leopard print satin wide leg trousers. These have some weight to them. They're not that very thin satin. Unfortunately, I've already returned a pair of satin trousers to New Look from the sale this week because they were too long. You might have seen that in a vlog that I did recently. I showed them, I think. These are, there's no price on these, I'm afraid, so you'll need to click through for the price on those from the links. But they feel nice quality. I am concerned about the length. I think they're going to be way, way, way too long for me. I love the leopard print. I love a bit of leopard print, you know me. And I've got this top to go with them, again very neutral. This is very see-through, very see-through. I liked the shape of this. I don't normally go for a high neck, but I really liked the asymmetric hemline and the wide sleeve. Yeah, this definitely needs some form of camisole underneath it, which I will be putting on before I model it for you. This one is $27.99. It's got a tie neck that goes at the back, I think, and I love the shape. I thought it would go well with the trousers, but let's find something to put on underneath it so we don't get demonetized. Where to start? Right. These trousers, again, are too big around the waist. I'm beginning to think that my size in trousers for New Look probably is now a 16 rather than an 18. But apart from that, look at the length. I've got a nearly 4-inch heel on, I would say. That's not going to be someone I want to speak to. I get so many scam calls these days. Does anybody else? Yeah, the length is just ridiculous. Just, as I say, almost, I would say, getting on for a 4-inch heel with these, and they're still dragging all over the floor there. I clearly need to size down to a 16 in trousers in New Look, I would say, certainly for wide leg trousers. Now the top, I like the top. I do like the top. Let me just put the... I've got like just a Temu camisole thing on underneath it in like a nude shade. I like the top, but it's too see-through. It's just too see-through. I even quite like the high neck, because I think the asymmetric hem sort of balances it out. High necks are not a favourite on myself. I like the shape of it and everything. I like the tie neck at the back. I haven't had time to steam it, apologies, so the neck might look a little bit crumpled. But the asymmetric hem I think is really pretty. The sleeve is really pretty, but it's just too see-through for me. So with regret, both of these pieces will be being returned. And I need to perhaps think about trying some shorter. Oh, this trouser got pockets, by the way, in case anybody's interested, in case any tall people are interested in the trousers. The trousers are lovely quality. If they were the right length and the right size, I would very much like them, I have to say. But the top just needs to be a little bit thicker. I'm happy with it being chiffon. In an ideal world, it would have a built-in camisole underneath, but if it was slightly thicker chiffon, that would be better for me. Final item I have to show you today is this midi shirt dress with a tie waist. I am pleased to say that lengthwise this looks better than the trousers that I've been trying on. This dress is a very reasonable £23. I thought that was a great price for a dress. It's fairly lightweight, I would say. I think it's probably viscose polyester, something like that, maybe just viscose. Let me see if I am right. It's 100% viscose. I am right. I really like the print on this, sort of an abstract print. I thought that was quite interesting. I'm a bit off florals at the moment, although I do like a print, so this abstract one really spoke to me. I thought I could see this in the winter with like a brown chunky longline cardigan and my cream knee-high boots from last winter, which I wore to death. I absolutely love them from the TikTok shop. You could even wear this with that jacket that I'm keeping, but let's try it anyway. Stop talking, more trying. Now, apologies that it does need a steam. The collar's a bit skew whiff and the front is a bit creased. I quite like this. It's marginally longer than I thought it was going to be on me, although it's got the tie waist belt, so you can sort of pull the front up a little bit and make it just a little bit shorter by making it sort of more of a blouson type effect at the top. The fabric feels nice. I like the gold buttons down the front. I really like the print. I feel like it's a good fit, this one. Yeah, there's nothing really that I don't like about this. It's quite lightweight. Again, I would say this is probably not, unless you layer it up, a full-on winter dress, but perfect for transition into autumn and then coming out of winter into spring. I think it's a good dress for that. It has actually got the long sleeves. I've just pushed the cuffs back a little bit, so it has got a full-length sleeve for anyone who prefers a full-length sleeve. That's just me pulling them up, you know. I would probably switch out the matching tie belt for my own belt. I feel like that would elevate it a little bit again. And yeah, I like this. I'm going to watch myself back on the video before I decide whether or not to keep this one. But overall, I think it's pretty good. Right, that brings us to the end of today's new look haul. As I said, I'll link everything in the description box below. Some hits and some misses I feel today. I really did like the grade 2 piece, but I just think it was the wrong size. So I may reorder that one in a smaller size and try that. I'm definitely keeping the jacket. The jacket was my pick of the day. Everything else, I think, as I said, this one I've not decided about until I watch myself back. Funny how you can sometimes see yourself in the mirror and then you get a completely different idea of what it actually looks like when you watch yourself on film. A thing that most people will never know, I guess, but yeah, one of the weird vagaries of being a YouTuber. Yep, some hits, some misses. That's the way it is, isn't it? Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. See you soon. Bye bye.